Hi, I'm Tom. Oh, hi, I'm Tom. It's August 31st, 2025, and I am 49 years and 77 days old. I went to a book launch at Barbario tonight. I don't know if it actually was a book launch. It might have just been a gathering, and two of the people had recently published a book. But in any event, if you have the words book and Barbario, chances are pretty good that I will go there. Barbario is a queer bar and community space in Amsterdam. And some of my best memories of Amsterdam are just being in that bar. There's something incredible about it, likely to do with it being a queer community space um, that just makes you want to lounge around. It's like your cool friend's living room. If your cool friend also keeps a pretty tidy house. Maybe that's implied with cool. Sometimes your cool friend doesn't have the tidiest place, but Barbario is very neat. Everything is in a nice tucked away place. There's different spaces upstairs and downstairs and even in the front area. It's all designed to be very welcoming. One time there was a very intense family in there, and I don't think they got the memo as to what this place was all about. Um, just because the guy was very actively ignoring his wife and child um, in an uncomfortable way. But other than that, one of my favorite spaces in Amsterdam. And if you've not been to a book launch or a reading, and presuming you don't hate books, I think they are a tremendous way to just be around really smart people without having to engage in any way, which I find very refreshing. Sometimes you want to engage, especially if you're a bit of a smarty pants, but I think there are occasions where all you want to do is just listen to people being very smart. If you like podcasts, book launches are kind of like in real life podcasts. And usually there's two or three or even four very clever people speaking and asking each other questions, and they're always so interested in each other, which is awesome. Authors just love talking to other authors about how they do what they do, how they go about making the things that they make. Um, and this is true also of any time I've gone to see, a talk by artists and photographers and filmmakers and even chefs. Uh, but as a writer, I find book launches are very my bag, and I wish there were more of them here. We don't get a lot of author talks in the Netherlands, and the ones we do are in Dutch often, which makes sense, and that's not a complaint at all. They should definitely be in Dutch. I wish I could read Dutch so that I could read Dutch authors, but all that to say, if there's a bookstore, especially a local bookstore, not a local bookstore, just be local to you, especially an independent bookstore in your area, one good way to support it is to go to any author nights that it has. And I think even if you, or maybe especially if you don't think you have, or don't feel like you have, or just don't have the social energy to engage with other people, they're spaces where there is no expectation of that engagement. You're all there primarily to listen to other people talk, but unlike a musical performance and the cinema, it feels like an engagement because there's conversation. So yeah, that's a big plug for, well, queer community spaces, bookstores, and going to listen to authors talk to each other.